The official trailer for the season finale of House of the Dragon Season 2. Alliances will be tested, betrayals will come to light, and the fate of the realm will hang in the balance. So here's the finale that will leave you breathless. Secrets revealed, destinies fulfilled, and dragons unleashed like never before. The recent episodes that have introduced a slew of previously unseen or underutilized dragons. Silverwing, for example, has made its live-action debut after being solely mentioned in The Sheep Stealer, a title the characters haven't even adopted yet. This creature is one of 3 currently existing wild dragons in the show's timeline. While fans eagerly anticipate the introduction of the cannibal and gray dragons, showrunner Ryan Condal suggests a gradual unveiling of these mythical beasts, similar to the teasing of Darren's dragon and the young Stormcloud. This series has also expanded upon the backstories of key dragon seeds, offering new lore and history. One of the most intriguing revelations is that Hugh Hammer, previously thought to be a descendant of King Jaehaerys, is actually the dragon hatched from an egg placed in Jaehaerys' crib. Unlike Silverwing, who was never ridden after the death of her rider, Queen Alysanne, Hugh is bonded with no other rider since hatching. Both dragons share a similar origin story, being placed in the cribs of their respective royal parents, Aegon, the Conqueror's children. For nearly 3 decades, Vermithor and Silverwing have remained riderless. The show has painted a picture of Silverwing as a slumbering giant, perhaps even hinting at her laying eggs during this period. Intriguingly, the opening tapestry depicts King Aegon the Conqueror astride both dragons, a stark contrast to his later tyrannical reign marked by fratricide and regicide. The backstories of Hugh Hammer and Ulf White offer iconic twists. While Ulf's father, Balin the Brave, is portrayed as a virtuous figure, the revelation of his infidelity casts a shadow over his idealized image. However, Hugh Hammer's tale is even more compelling. His Targaryen lineage, inherited from his mother, a princess and sister to Balin the Brave, adds a layer of complexity to his character. The circumstances surrounding her descent from nobility to brothel madam remain shrouded in mystery, though the books provide more details. In contrast to the complex lives of these characters, the portrayal of King Jaehaerys offers a study in contradictions. Hailed as the wisest king, the conciliator, he is revered for his peacemaking and care for the small folk, yet his reign was marked by a tragic loss of children, either through misfortune or their own choices. The sheer number of his children with Queen Alysanne, coupled with their strict adherence to rules, makes the possibility of bastards unlikely. Despite the strains of old age, their marriage is often depicted as a harmonious one. The juxtaposition of these strong, complex characters against the backdrop of a world dominated by dragons creates a rich tapestry of intrigue and tragedy. It's a world where appearances can be deceiving and the past holds secrets that continue to shape the present. Despite producing a prodigious number of offspring, none of Jaehaerys or Alysanne's children directly ascended the Iron Throne. Many met untimely ends, necessitating the Great Council to determine a successor. This tragic pattern highlights the stark contrast between the idealized image of Jaehaerys as a wise and benevolent king, as perpetuated by figures like Rhaenys, and the harsh reality of his reign. Hugh Hammer's mother is a poignant example of the shadows lurking beneath this gilded facade. Jaehaerys, though adored by his realm, was a deeply flawed father, unable to provide the attention and care required by his large brood. This neglect fostered a sense of isolation and longing in many of his children, mirroring the dynamics between Viserys and his offspring in later generations. While Helaena found solace and shared interest with her father, the emotional distance between Jaehaerys and most of his children is a recurring theme. Jaehaerys often treated his daughters as mere pawns, either marrying them off or consigning them to religious orders. This approach is eerily reminiscent of Viserys' treatment of Alicent, where personal aspirations were sacrificed on the altar of duty. Historical records hint at a particularly scandalous chapter involving one of Jaehaerys' daughters, Sarah Targaryen, Balin the Brave's younger sister. Sarah, born late in a brood of 13, displayed a rebellious spirit akin to young Rhaenyra. While adored by her brothers, she was the bane of her sister's existence, much like Rhaenyra was to Alicent. Unburdened by parental oversight and possessed of considerable wealth, Sarah reveled in her freedom. Her penchant for shocking behavior, such as jesting about marrying the Prince of Dorne or the King Beyond the Wall, earned her the ire of her parent. Sarah's behavior escalated, with rumors of inappropriate relationships with male companions circulating the court. Her actions drew sharp criticism from Jaehaerys, who publicly questioned her virginity. It was at this juncture that the show diverges from the source material, reimagining the circumstances of Sarah's pregnancy and the subsequent birth of Hugh Hammer. The books delve deep into the consequences of Ciara Targaryen's defiance. Following her dishonor, she was forced into the oppressive confines of the Silent Sisters, a religious order known for its harsh discipline. Escaping this captivity, she embarked on a perilous journey east, eventually establishing herself as a powerful madam. Ironically, her bastard children would later challenge for the Iron Throne during the Great Council of 101 AC, a claim summarily dismissed by Jaehaerys, who had completely disowned her. The show offers a more condensed and dramatic version of Ciara's story, portraying her as outright exiled by Jaehaerys. She quickly establishes herself in the infamous Flea Bottom, leveraging her royal lineage to command exorbitant prices for her company. It's a stark fall from grace for a princess of the realm. Hugh Hammer, her bastard son, is born into this world of squalor, ignorant of his noble heritage. While the show avoids exploring the identity of his father, it's plausible that he was a wealthy merchant or a member of a great house seeking forbidden pleasures in the underbelly of the King's Landing. The most poignant irony lies in the eventual bond between Hugh Hammer the Bastard and Vermithor. The dragon, once the mount of Jaehaerys, seems to recognize a connection to his former rider through Hugh, perhaps drawn to the shared Targaryen blood. This unexpected alliance is a stark contrast to the king's cruel treatment of his daughter. Furthermore, the series provides additional lore about Silverwing, revealing a daring attempt by Alicent to fly her dragon beyond the wall. This audacious venture ended in disaster, underscoring the perilous nature of dragon riding and the unpredictable world beyond the realm. During the prosperous reign of King Jaehaerys and Queen Alicent Targaryen, a time that roughly coincided with the era of the legendary Brandon Stark, a daring and fateful incident occurred that would have profound implications. Bored with the confines of her privileged life in the royal court, the adventurous Queen Alicent decided to explore the mysterious and uncharted territories beyond the wall, mounting her formidable dragon Silverwing for the journey. However, despite multiple attempts, Silverwing steadfastly refused to cross the boundary, exhibiting an inexplicable fear and reluctance that had never before been witnessed in the dragon's obedient service to its rider. This unprecedented event puzzled and unsettled the Queen, as Silverwing had always dutifully followed her commands in the past. The reason for the dragon's refusal likely lies in the ancient and primal instincts ingrained within the nature of these magnificent creatures. Sensitive to the presence of powerful magical and supernatural forces, Silverwing may have sensed the growing threat of the dreaded White Walkers lurking beyond the wall, triggering a deep-seated terror that overcame the dragon's loyalty. At the time, the oblivious Queen Alicent remained unaware of this looming danger, leaving her baffled and shaken by Silverwing's inexplicable behavior. To maintain the illusion of control and authority, she claimed that the turnback was a deliberate choice rather than an act of draconic defiance. Fast forward to the events of the television series Game of Thrones. The show deviates significantly from the book lore when it comes to dragons in the wall. While the books establish a clear pattern of dragons avoiding the north, the series portrays Daenerys Targaryen's dragons venturing beyond the wall with relative ease. This dramatic departure from the source material is a creative choice made by the showrunners to enhance the narrative. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update.